Shalom, I want to give all praises, honors, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Abner Allah from Jeremiah, Chicago, and this is going to be a quick response video to this person that you see on the screen. Alright. He's saying a lot of random bullshit about, those Israelite camps are not of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And really, he's been rambling, making shit up about the MOTB, and now he is saying a lot more BS, on his new current video, right? Saying that saying that the Israelite camps are not of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And yeah, I'm gonna just play the video and then we'll bring up some scriptures.
If it wasn't clear before, and it was clear before, but it's really clear now. I guess because the Most High has increased my wisdom and knowledge, right? To where now, I already knew this, but it's crystal clear now. They work. They don't work for us. It's crystal clear. And we was predominantly talking about Jacob's trouble. And I'm like, hey, we're out of Jacob's trouble. Have we not been through trouble for the past 1,000 years? And their energy, the way how they were communicating, it was like, no, we're going to go through Jacob's trouble. This is going to happen to us. This is going to happen to us. This is going to happen to us. And their energy was kind of like they want it to happen. Kind of like they HATE us, like Esau. So their energy was like one of the Gentile nations and the Edomites. I'm like, dude, we've been through Jacob's trouble. They were just like, it was like the weirdest thing, because they were just like firm on us going through Jacob's trouble. Like, that was gonna happen, trouble. I'm like, if that's what y'all want to believe, you know what I mean? But I mean, for the remnant within the remnant, the 1%, like, it's over. And I told them, I'm like, what it seems as if you guys are out here just trying to use tactics of the devil and the Gentile nations, white TPPO. Right? It's all energy harvesting. It's keeping you in fear, keeping you in angst, keeping you anxiety, keeping you in this whole notion that you gotta prepare and you gotta do this because Jacob's trouble is gonna...
Yeah, this individual, he doesn't understand the scriptures, in the Bible at all, right? Because, in the scriptures, it actually speaks about Jacob's trouble, right? A time like such as never was, that is going to happen, in our lifetime, right? And you can clearly see that this guy, he doesn't really look out for, for the prophecies that are come to pass, such as, the MOTB that is being implemented gradually, right? He doesn't really see, the prophecy of World War III that is brewing, all right? But, this person right here, on this video, all right, he's not speaking according to the scriptures. He's basically, just saying a lot of random BS, basically.
Happen, and this is going to happen, right? So it's just all so they can steal your energy, bugs. You know what I mean? So it's crystal clear. And don't get me wrong, it was clear to me before. It was very clear to me before that these brothers on the corner, word is set up by the GOV in the synagogue of Satan, the FAKE-ish, to be a stumbling block to the awakening. And when I was done communicating with them, the sister, I guess she was in the cut, she had her, sister, she had Jesus all over her car, called for prayer all over her car and stuff like that. And she was like, yeah, I guess she thought I was a Christian, right? When I thought she was a black, I guess she thought I was a black Christian, confronting the Israelites on the corner. And I said, hold on, sister, no, let me stop you. I'm like, no, they're absolutely right about us being a people. Make no mistake about that, right? But the devil will give you half truths as well, and they were set up by our enemies to be a stumbling block to the awakening. So you shy away from learning who you really are. So I had to affirm that to her, right? Because it's so, I just praise the Most High because it's so clear. It's like when the Most High gives you the eyes to see and the ears to hear, and it's like it's clear as day for you. But you see, like you're able to have a vantage point and see that, one, it's not clear as day to everybody. And then you see how some people got some aspects of it, but they don't got the whole story, right? It's like the Israelites in the corner. They got the part that we're the Israelites, but they don't got the whole story. The Christians, they got the Jesus part, and right, but they don't got the whole story. And then you're looking like, damn, the Most High really gave me the wisdom to be able to piece everything together and filter through all of the LIEs, and I praise him for that. Black Americans are the real children of Israel, the real Jews, the real indigenous Americans from the same tribe as Jesus Christ, or Yahushua, or Yahushua, or Yeshaya, or Yeshua, the same Black American man. All praise to the Most High.
Yeah, yeah, individuals like those, all right, the Lord is going to destroy because, all right, he calls upon, Jesus and Allah and all that shit. You just heard him at the end of that video, right? So you can clearly see that the individual, was just not really using the names of Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai. All right. But first I'm gonna bring out light in. Speak. Isaiah 8:20. To allow into the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. And that person around that video, all right, speaking about the Israelite camps, and it's mainly he be speaking against GMS, all right, and he's talking about like what he thinks about these camps, all right. When the scripture says if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them, and you can clearly see that person on that video doesn't got it, all right. He doesn't have the 100% truth, all right. He doesn't think that a time of trouble like no other is going to happen in our lifetime. He doesn't believe that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. Alright, and you can clearly see that he, alright, specifically him, he's being a stumbling block, alright, onto the flock. Alright, because he's speaking about, what he thinks, right, or what he feels, about what the men of the Lord, the prophets of Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai are prophesying, right? Amos 3:7. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his servants. But he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. And hey, the Lord is dealing with the elect men of Israel, those who are prophesying out there in the highways and byways, and the only camp that is doing that consistently is GMS. All right, they're out there in the highways and byways, and fishing out, fishing, for the rest of the elect to wake up to the truth. All right, and we're not here for everybody. We're only here for the remnant. All right, and only the remnant of Israel, the 144,000, are going to get this word. Matthew 18:20. For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. And that's right, you see the prophets out there in the highways and byways, GMS, all right. The Lord is dealing with them. The Lord speaks through his servants and prophets, all right. For an example, the Lord even used Moses to prophesy, his word unto Israel, all right. Or in many accounts in the scriptures, all right, the Lord used many of these prophets, all right, to speak His word. Let's see, Luke 14 and 23. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. And that's what we're doing right now. Going out there in the highways and byways. Compelling them to come into the house of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Right, giving them this word. All right, prophesying His word out there in the highways and byways. All right, telling our people to turn from their wicked ways before it's too late, before the great and terrible day of the Lord comes. All right. Yeah. Second Ezra 9 and 11. And yeah, that person on the video right now, he has no excuse. All right. Of he has no excuse when the time of Jacob's trouble happens. All right, because he knows the names of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, or he's seen the prophets. He's he's been learning. All right, there's the scriptures from the men of the Lord that are out there in the highways and byways and prophesying His word. All right, but now he has no cloak for his sins, because all what he's doing is prophesying a lot of all what he's doing is just saying a lot of bullshit on YouTube. All right, he's saying a lot of folly basically. But now I'm gonna start with Second Ezra 9 and 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case which not have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. And that guy that was speaking against, GMS in particularly, because he's clearly speaking against speaking against GMS, because GMS is the only camp that teaches the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast, and GMS is the only camp that teaches about Jacob's trouble. Right? No other camp teaches about Jacob's trouble. No other camp teaches about that Jacob's trouble will happen in our lifetime. But here you got that individual, speaking against, particularly against GMS. And hey, the Lord is going to destroy him for that. Alright? Second Ezra 9 and 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. And they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet a place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. So yeah, they despised, the word of the Lord. They despised Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai at the end of the day, by despising, His servants, the prophets that are out there in the highways and byways. All right, not taking, the word of the Lord seriously. All right. The same must know it after death by pain. And they, individuals like that, right, are speaking against, the prophets of the Lord, right, GMS, right, right, they're gonna be put to death, right, because all what he's just doing is just taking away and adding unto the word, right. He's taking away from the word, specifically, all right, because he speaks about the RFID microchip is not the mark of the beast, which the Lord is gonna have to kill him for that. And he also speaks about Jacob's trouble won't happen in our lifetime, which yes, the Lord is gonna have to destroy him for that, because what he's saying is you know is a bunch of lies basically, right? And he's literally speaking against the scriptures, right? But that was it to that lesson. It was just a quick response video, right? Don't be listening to these individuals that they be speaking against what is written according to the scriptures, because they, GMS does have the 100% truth, and those who are not speaking according to this word, right? They literally, they don't got it. They don't have this word. They don't have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? They don't have the 100% correct doctrine of the scriptures, right? They just don't got it. But anyways, that was it to that lesson. Hope it was edifying. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and Shalom.